Good day, ma'am. I'm Christian C. Santos from 3CRI-A2-4. I'll be discuss the lesson 15 about tool marks, and the objectives is: first, explain the characteristic of tool marks, and second, identify the different types of tool marks. Now, I will discuss the tool marks. First, tools. Tools use the scene of the crime. Tools help to do the criminal investigation. Erase to found out the same marks in object. Example of tools: drill, saw, screwdriver, and etc. Now, what is tool marks? Is an impression left by the contact of a tool, scratch in the object. Tool marks is a good example of physical evidence. And now, characteristic of tool mark is class and individual. Class characteristic. The class characteristic of a tool mark include the type of impression, its general shape, and its general dimension. Class characteristic typically allow the examiner to determine what type of tool created the impression, and the individual characteristic. Individual characteristic, also called accidental characteristic, are the striation and the small particularities exhibited by the tool that are individual to one unique tool. And there are the types of tool marks. First, impression marks, the result of imitation of the tool when its contact into surface. Any impression left in any parts or object or house can compare the suspect tools and produce what the tool was used. And the second, abrasion or friction mark, its cutting on the surface on the object is used the tools like knife, axe, or screwdriver. Examine and impossible if the suspected was used. And now, there are the three major categories of tool marks: identification marks, abrasion marks, and cutting marks. Identification marks are made by a tool when it's pressed against a softer surface, often forming a negative impression on the object receiving the force, while the abrasion mark are very fine mark on print or film surface that does not penetrate to the base, a defect occurring in a print or a film as a result of moving contact with another surface. And lastly, cutting mark are a result of pressure being applied at both sides of an object and are often associated with scissor, wire, or shears. When used, the tools can leave behind mark and striation along the cut edge of the material. And now, let's proceed for collection and examination of tool marks. First, measure and describe and submitted into laboratory as a evidence. And second, taking a picture of the tool mark in crime scene. And third, use microcell, the hardest and the actual microcell for casting in tool marks. And fourth, peel that of the microcell o liquida, silicone, and we see the evidence once you peel that of compare to the tool marks. And fifth, comparison process on the tool. Use the comparison microscopes to see the match exists in individual characteristic. And the last, tool mark analysis. Help scientists identify the tools used at the scene of the crime and link the tools to the criminal. Investigators compare marks by examining detailed photo or silicone cast of the marks and collect trace evidence. That's and all, ma'am. Maraming salamat po.